By the time you love people with no expectation of reward or return, that is actually when you get all the friends you need. Do you see? And as often as you are giving for the expectation and getting offended when they don't show it, it will show in the way you give. It will show in your attitude when they don't show up. And it will show that, see, this person is not really authentic. This person is not loving me for who I really am. This person is transactional. Hello, how you doing?
Okay. But then, lately I've been feeling really alone. Like, though I have my friends around, I have people around me, but there's just this feeling of emptiness that comes with it. And I try my best to be there for my friends. I show up for them. I make them feel appreciated. But it's like, when it's my turn, I'm not getting that kind of energy in return. I don't feel loved.
First of all, I am sorry about how you're feeling and what you've had to endure, all right? So sorry about that. But I understand also why you feel the way you do. As human beings, we're created for community, and there is a way we begin to feel very empty, like you've described, when we give a lot to people and they don't return or reciprocate in the same kind. And I understand why you feel that way. However, you'll be setting up yourself for frustration where you put a demand on people that only God can satisfy. All right. Only God can actually fill you up the way you are expecting other people to fill you up. And that's why you're frustrated. And this kind of things that the Bible says you can get frustrated at when you continue to do well, but you're not looking at the people you're doing well to incentivize you to continue. So the Bible then encourages us and says, do not be weary in well-doing, for you shall reap if you faint not. So what is happening right now is that you're fainting in well-doing. You're fainting in your love walk. You're fainting in your ability to show love to people because you are expecting them to be your rewarder. God is the rewarder, not man. God is the one that promises to reward you. God is the one that says he will never forget your labor of love. All right. And I like to say that the reason why he's a rewarder is because he's also the recorder. He's the one that records your labor of love. He's the one that sees every intercession you've done, every time you showed up for someone, every time you gave that gift, every time your heart went to someone and you prayed for that person. He sees everything. And then he also is the one that rewards. It will be a very rigged system if it's a separate person that is rewarding who is recording. Imagine it was someone else that was recording and then somebody else will reward. You can manipulate that kind of a system, but God is the one that records. And that means he can never reward you wrongly because he records everything you have done in love. And that's why your expectation of love must be only on God. It is God that fills you up, not another man. All right. The reason why the cross is the way it's structured with two pieces is that, you see, that stroke that reaches from down to the top, right? That is supposed to be the love of the Father filling your heart, all right, to the overflow. And then on the strength of that overflow, you then spread that love to the world. You can't afford to expect the world to fill you up. They don't have it in themselves to fill you up. No matter how much a man likes you, loves you, there is a limit, there's a threshold. He can't love you like God does. All right. So the Bible says he anoints your head with oil and then your cup runs over. It is on the strength of that running over supply of God's love that you then supply to other people. Now, if you're supplying to other people from your overflow, you are never going to be frustrated because you're not giving to expect them to fill you back up. If you're already filled, then you are giving from your overflow. But if you are giving people so that they can give you back, the likelihood for frustration is guaranteed because you are giving to people who are in themselves not sufficient and they are also supposed to fill you up. And at some point, the transaction will be seen as a scam because you are giving so that they can collect back. And then they'll give you so that they can collect back. And after a while, everybody says, you know what, I'm out of here. But there is a God that can continue to supply without diminishing. It is that God we should plug to. And then from that supply that we receive, we then love people genuinely with no expectation of return. Now, if you love people this way, you will not want for friends. That's the trick there. By the time you love people with no expectation of reward or return, that is actually when you get all the friends you need. Do you see? And as often as you are giving for the expectation and getting offended when they don't show it, it will show in the way you give. It will show in your attitude when they don't show up. And it will show that, see, this person is not really authentic. This person is not loving me for who I really am. This person is transactional in their relationship with me. And that's when you begin to see how they are also dropping off and you don't have as many friends as you want to have and as you should have based on how much you have also given in the past. All right, so let your focus be on God. Let your expectation be on God. Let your demand for love be on the God that can really supply it. And I hope this helps you in your relationship with other people going forward. It is well. God bless your heart.